right, boys and girls. Not a good start to the season. First game of the preseason against the Eagles. Defense gives up a touchdown. Zach Wilson throws an interception on the next series. Defense gives up another touchdown. And then our franchise quarterback has a non-contact knee injury. Went down on the field. Stayed down for a long time. Walked off under his own power. But man, is this team snake-bitten. Could you have had a worse start to the 2022 campaign? This cannot be the way this season starts and ends. I pray that this is not a serious injury. It's just some sort of tweak. I do think this is probably the last we see of Zach Wilson for the preseason. At least I think they'll probably protect him these next 2 weeks. You can't make this stuff up. This is a Jet fan thing. I don't know what happens. I don't know what you do. If this winds up being a serious injury, what's the move? Is it Mike White? Is it Joe Flacco? Are you going to try and trade for another quarterback? Oh, God damn it. This is how I expected things to go. Like, I don't know why I expect any sort of like good stuff to happen to this team. We looked beat up in the plays prior to the injury. There was that baby little connection with Zach Wilson and Conklin. That was kind of nice. I see the run. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I was like, oh, that's a weird fall. Oh, no, he's limping. I don't know what to do. If this knocks Zach Wilson out for the year, oh, man. This is a gut punch. I wish I had more to say. I really do. I'm going to go to some comment questions in here, see how you guys are feeling. I'm sure you guys are feeling pretty similar. Brendan Keene says, even if Zach's injury isn't season ending, he's missing so much crucial time. He's going to be so cold to start the season. Completely agree. I don't think there's any way, given the way that played out just now, that he sees any other part of the preseason, which means he's going in cold to the regular season at the best. Scott V, this team is cursed. No other way to explain it. I think that's how we're all feeling right now. Zach says the team is cursed. John, unbelievable. Jet fan purgatory, Clay Wavy. I see a few people claiming Jimmy G. If Jimmy G is going to get cut, that's like the only thing I can think of. If you bring in Jimmy G, if this is serious enough, you'd have to give him a 2-year contract because there's no way. We don't have enough cap. We can't sign him to like a deal that he would need to get. Sean says, I think we play Flacco. Christopher says, Mike White and pray. Frozen Vapor says, just slide, bro. Just slide. It's even a non-contact injury, too, so it's not even like he got hit hard. That fall was pretty much a slide. NY Jets 24, it's only preseason. Relax, the season is not over. I hope you're right, my friend. JC says, was 100% on Zach. Tried to be a hero and put a move on a defender instead of running out of bounds in a preseason game. I am not going to give Zach crap for this. A non-contact injury. It wasn't like a crazy move. Yeah, he put on a move. But this isn't like, do I want to see him slide and get out of bounds? Sure. But this isn't like, he's not taking a hit. That's the thing. Ali says he's going to cry. Dude, me too. Evan K says, Eagles 2s beating our starters. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting beat up and down right now. Pooch guy. If this is an ACL, I'm out, boys. I love you all, but I can't. Dude, if this is an ACL, I don't know how to have enthusiasm for the rest of this season. Jeremy says, I'm not able to watch game, so how bad is it? We're getting beat up and down. I mean, I hopped on this stream so that way I could talk to you guys because honestly, I don't care what happens the rest of this preseason game. I don't care who looks good. I don't care who looks bad. We just lost our starting quarterback, and I'm praying it's not for the season. Buff Android says, how bad does the injury look? Non-contact. Not good. Aaron chimes in, no freaking way. I'm driving. What the hell happened? Aaron, Zach Wilson rolled out to his right, got away from not a blitzing defender, but a guy that came off the edge. Got around, made a nice run, probably like, 6, 7 yards, somewhere in that ballpark. Put a move on a defensive back, I believe. I don't think it was a linebacker. Didn't get hit, just, dove sort of forwards, kind of fell forwards, I guess. And non-contact injury. You saw the knee kind of give way or so. I don't know. I hope it's not an ACL. He was walking on it, which you can walk on a torn ACL. Oh, man. Brian, how much would the Jets have to give up to trade for Jimmy G? I don't think you can trade for him. We can't take on his contract. That's the biggest thing. If you want Jimmy G, I'm pretty sure the 49ers are going to have to cut him anyway. But I don't know. I mean, I'd rather see Mike White play this season than trade a bunch of picks or anything relatively high for Jimmy G. Now, Jimmy G's cut, and you want to sign him to a 2-year contract or like a contract with a bunch of void years to get you through the season. But I don't know how you do that when you have White and Flacco on the sideline. I mean, he knows the offense, so that's good. Maybe he wants to go against his former coach in Belichick. Oh, man. God. Dude, we can't catch a break. Sorless says, I doubt Ulbrich makes it through the year, to be honest. That was bad. That defense got annihilated. Quincy Williams with the late hit out of bounds on 3rd down. No excuse. That drive was over. Don't lay your hands on him. That is why you were a practice squad player. That's why you were cut from your previous team. Do not make that hit. Chris Lavilla, I emotionally can't handle this disappointment. So unfair. That's what it feels like. It feels like someone's playing a sick game of burn the ants with a magnifying glass. The ants have no say in the matter. And us fans and this team are the ants. Man. Zach says Ryan just becomes Mets talk 24/7. You'll get a shit ton of views. Oh, God, I wish I watched more baseball. I would. I don't watch enough of this. Man, I really should. I got to pick new sports. This is getting beat up. Orlando C. This team is snake-bitten. Dell at 4. I'm a Niners fan, but I wouldn't wish ACL on anybody. And I believe Jimmy G is a big city vibe player who could do wonders for the squad. Here's hoping Wilson's okay. Thank you, Dell. We're all hoping that. If they bring in Jimmy G, that is Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh saying we are not giving up on this season. We are not rolling over. We are going to win as many games as possible. It's a ballsy move. You forego future cap, potentially future assets if you have to trade for them, in the name of keeping this team afloat, keeping it motivated. Jimmy G led the 49ers to a Super Bowl on the backs of that defense. And now the Jet defense is a long way away from that 49ers defense. We don't have a Bosa right now. We don't have a way to stop the friggin' Eagles. This is bad. I don't know where to go with this. Prime Mover says, grab one of the quarterbacks next year. This is horrible. Let's say we run with Mike White and he has a good season. That's, a good problem to have. What do you do? you franchise tag Mike White? He's only on a 1-year deal. If we have a bad season, do you go and draft a quarterback after taking Zach number 2 overall? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just praying. I'm hoping and praying. I'm not a religious figure, not a religious man, but man, do I hope and pray that Zach Wilson is all right. Evan K says not trading for Jimmy G is giving up. Jimmy G is going to have to get cut. The 49ers can't keep him on their roster. If there is some situation where the Jets can sign him in a trade where he doesn't now go to the Seahawks, and the 49ers want to say, hey, give us a 7th round pick, we're gonna have to cut him anyway, and we can negotiate a trade and maybe rework that contract, you're gonna have to add a bunch of void years. We got we had $8 million in our salary cap prior to the Dwayne Brown signing. There's no way you have the salary cap to sign Jimmy G or trade for Jimmy G without adding years onto this contract. It could be void years, but then you're sacrificing years of some kind of salary cap. Maybe you do like a 5-year deal worth, I don't know, $25 million guaranteed, and then you kind of spread out that cap hit, $5 million, $5 million, $5 million, $5 million, $5 million. Is that it? Is that the answer? I don't know. Football Fanatic says if we sign Jimmy G, this season is over. No, if we sign Jimmy G, that's a sign we're not giving up on the season. 100%. Oh, God, I just hope it's not a torn ACL. Brandon Frey says, on a side note, Quinnen Williams was actually getting pressure. Yeah, Quinnen looked like the only player playing well. Quinnen and Conklin. Ross says, it's incredible. We're now talking 2023. This makes me sick. If this season ends before halftime of the first preseason games, fuck. G says it has to be Mike White going forward. The season can't be another throwaway. If you roll with Mike White, is that another throwaway? Or are you saying, hey, Mike White's the guy? I don't know. Mike White played well in the game and a half we had. If he can run the offense, maybe just roll with that. Man. King Choi says, we need to relax. Zach is okay. He walked off regular on his own will. King Choice, you can tear an ACL and walk on it. The ACL is a lateral movement ligament. So if you are moving side to side, you won't be able to do that. But walking in a straight line, you can do that. We saw Tom Brady after he tore his ACL against the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2008 or whatever year that was. Walk off under his own power, walk down a flight of stairs, torn ACL, out for the year. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Pooch Guy says, when will we know how bad, tonight or tomorrow? We may find out tonight. I would imagine they are putting him right into the MRI machine. We'll definitely find out by tomorrow. But we may find out by tonight. Evan K says Jimmy G equals 10 wins. I don't know. Jimmy G feels like the better version of Mike White to me. Khalil says, I just saw the video. He's probably out for the year. I've never seen that type of play where the injury wasn't major. That's just it. You see him going down, and it's just, God, it's brutal. It's so brutal. Orlando Cease has probably just tweaked it. He should be okay. Sit the kid. Dude, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Yeah, Nick's saying he's in the MRI machine as we speak. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if they had one in the facility. Mike's saying he's hoping it's a sprained knee. I hope so. I really, really hope so. I'm going to put a poll in the live chat. So I want to see what you guys, how you guys are feeling. Whoops. I should probably put a poll question in the poll. Should we get Jimmy G? I'm not going to say trade. I'm not going to say free agent. Doesn't matter. Should we get Jimmy G? Poll questions in there right now. David says, Rich Samini said his leg buckled. That's kind of what it looked like. It didn't look quite as like noticeable as some other ACL injuries that I've seen, but that looked like an ACL. From seeing as many as I've seen over the course of my career watching football, various teams, that one felt like an ACL. And I just really, really hope it's not. What are you guys saying in here? Not for nothing, but Wilson does not look good to begin with. He stares down receivers last season, and it doesn't look like much has changed. He looked awful to start this game. Now, it was only like 5 plays or whatever. I don't even know if he had 5 throws. He had the 2 to Conklin, the 1 overthrow to Garrett Wilson, the 1 to Elijah Moore. I think he threw 4 times. Eric says, are there funds available for Jimmy? Not right now in the way this team's built right now. Like if you want to sign Jimmy G, if he gets cut or if you want to trade for him, you're going to need to extend him for multiple years or put a bunch of void years. They do that with Tom Brady. So like to make good quarterbacks fit in their salary cap on good teams, they put void years. So they're signing bonus. They get that this year. And then you get hit with all those years after that with like dead cap, or I guess not really dead cap, but it's it hits all the successive years after that. And it's usually not for teams like us. Like this is for like Super Bowl caliber teams. Kobe says, Giants fan here. Sorry for your lost guys. Why couldn't it have been Daniel Jones? It's rough. I don't wish injury on anyone, but dude, Danny Dimes, you guys are in a rough spot too. But man, dude, Jets can't even evaluate their damn quarterback. This feels like it's always happening to the Jets. Like we finally have a really talented kid, a guy that like everyone's rooting for, and like the NFL's all hyped up about him going into the season. Brutal. JW says he could have re-injured his PCL. Hopefully it's one of those like, hey, he's got to sit for a month. Let's get through a month. It's okay. I don't need the full season from Zach Wilson to know if he's the guy. If I get 12 games and I see positive games like the end of last year, I'm okay with that. But man, if that's the ACL, I don't know what you do moving forward. I don't know what do you do going into next year? Are you just rolling on a guy that like has played 13 games in 2 years? Like that's not good. Albert Sue. How did Sauce play? I know hard to tell without all 22. Yeah, very hard to tell how he played. I don't believe he was thrown at. I saw him near a few plays, like on the sideline, but I don't think he was involved in any that I'm aware of. I'll be honest, as soon as I saw the Zach injury, I tuned out. I came right on here and I was like, I gotta vent. I gotta talk. I can't be alone right now. This is really bad. Thomas says, maybe we sign Colin Kaepernick. I mean, can he even play? He's been out of the league for like 8 years. Trainer Tone says, if Zach is out for the season, hopefully not. Let's roll with Mike White and see how it plays out. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'd rather roll with Mike White. If he's the guy, figure out a contract, franchise tag him, whatever it is, figure it out. If he's not the guy and you go belly up, now you're possibly in a position to draft one of the top quarterbacks in next year's draft, which is brutal. Absolutely brutal. There's no way I want that. Zach isn't for be landed. Zach isn't his hip nowhere. His knee. That is not English, Ed. I'm sorry. Gio says maybe you could try and trade to get Sam Darnold back. No, I don't want him. It's all right. I'm good. I've seen the Zach game play out. Don't need it. Lee says, what did we do to deserve this? I don't know. I don't know. Like, we are such a snake-bitten franchise. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. It seems like it just always happens to us. Every year it's like this. Every year. Troy says, we have something special. I call it the MetLife spanking. Every week we tune in for our spank one more year. Dude, this game wasn't even in MetLife. It was in Philly. So I can't even blame the field. Like, we've talked about the field and how the 49ers went down with a bunch of injuries 2 years ago, I think it was, 3 years ago. Joe S. Ryan, looks like you need a hug. I could use a lot of hugs. I could use a beer. This is brutal. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not more enthusiastic. I want to hear your thoughts. Mary says, I look just like Ryan, staring into the abyss, watching the rest of this half. I'm not even watching the game. Like, I'm out. I've tuned out. This is like I don't know. When you pull all the starters from the Eagles and you're watching your team just get smacked around and your franchise quarterback gets knocked out with a knee injury, I can't even watch the game. Like, I just can't bring myself to do it right now. I'm sitting here, I'm like editing, I'm ready for the every throw. I was like, let's do every throw from Zach Wilson. And my jaw dropped. Absolutely dropped. Bart Simpson says, I know it's a preseason game, but I still hate seeing Chuma Edoga on the field. Yeah, the one play that Zach stepped up through the first down to Conklin should have been a hold on Chuma. Should have been a hold. Almost said something else. Yeah, Edoga shouldn't see the field. I do want to see how Mitchell plays. Joe S. says, that's why Jet fans have to temper their enthusiasm. I see this play with this franchise for years. I don't want to temper my enthusiasm. I want to be excited for a good team. Like, this is a good team. They should be a good team. On paper, this team should be much better than they were last year. The defense getting a beat down, a whooping. CE says, hopefully he comes back strong like he did last season. Dude, I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping it's a sprain and he's like knocked out for like the first month of the season or something. I'm not hoping that, but I don't want the ACL. No ACL. If it gets an ACL injury, it could be, into training camp next year. They repair that stuff faster than normal, but like that could be a year. And then how do you try to evaluate a guy going into year 3, especially if you have a high draft pick? Like, if the Jets have a high draft pick, you almost have to take a quarterback. Oh, God, that makes me sick just thinking about it. Sumo says, it's not even halftime, and my bottle is empty. Grand opening, grand closing, at least Mike White to do something that's BYU quarterbacks for you. Jets are cursed. Dude, it just, oh, man. That's what it feels like. Like, what do you do? What's the answer? It seems like 41% of you guys, nearly 400 votes, are saying yes to Jimmy G. 59% say no. Nick says, I would rather have Baker Mayfield. Yes, absolutely. I would much rather have Baker. I don't think there's any way he gets traded because I feel like he's going to be their starter. What about Cam Newton? Cam's toast. He's done. I'd rather see Mike White than Cam. I want someone young. It's either Mike White, Jimmy G can still play. I'm not sure where I'm at with the Jimmy G thing. Edward Byrne, Ryan, I'm on the beer all day, and then I get home and see this. Zach isn't done. No way he's done with an ACL. No chance. Ed, I'm hoping and praying that's the case. DJ seems a little upset. DJ says, all you guys are the biggest drama queens I've ever seen. Like, y'all switch up so fast is crazy. DJ, tell me, what are we doing? If Zach's knocked out for the year, what's the plan for 2022? And what are you doing in 2023? You're rolling with Zach if you get a top 5 pick? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer. This shouldn't even be a discussion. He's our number 2 overall pick. This guy has all the talent in the world. This shouldn't be a discussion. This shouldn't happen to franchises. Oh, God. Just brutal. Nikki Free, I said this on Reddit. We're the most cursed franchise. Like, you can't make this shit up. You really can't. It's just like, I can't even say it's comical because it's not. I'm burning days and days and time on this. And like the energy, the money that goes into buying the jerseys I feel like I put so much energy into being a damn fan and to just get kicked in the nuts. That's what all of us do. We've been around watching losing season after losing season for 10 years, 12 years. We had one good season, 2015. Absolutely brutal. Our fan base doesn't deserve this. Zach doesn't deserve this either. No player deserves this. KP says, apparently a doctor said that Wilson tore his ACL. I don't think they know that already. I think that's what everyone believes it to be. D. Weiss, realistically, if Zach is out for the year, we're going to get Garoppolo. He can be had for very little, and it's clear the front office wanted to win this season. They want to win. I don't know how you trade for Jimmy G without negotiating a contract. You'd have to do that. You'd have to negotiate some type of deal where he's here beyond this year, or at least have void years to extend his cap hit out. I think you almost have to do this. I really do. Like, I think that is the move. How do you keep team morale up after losing a starting quarterback? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. There was so much hope for this season. Ian says, in Hawaii, getting married today and the Jets give me the most Jets wedding present ever. Ian, congratulations on your wedding. I wish you a lifetime of happiness because you're not getting it from the Jets. Oh, God damn it. No one wants to see this. Brandon Frey. The Dr. Chow guy on Twitter said torn ACL. He's not in the room, but that's what everyone's thinking. Robert says, this reminds me of Vinny Testaverde going down in 1999, total gunshot. No mention. Not to mention the team looks god-awful. We look terrible. The first 3 drives. It was get the ball run down our throats, cause a penalty, extend a play, touchdown. Next play, next series, Zach throws an interception. They come right down the field, score another touchdown. Whitehead, I think it was Whitehead, going for the big hit, whiffs, they score a touchdown. Quincy Williams hits Jalen Hurts out of bounds late, Extends the drive. Third down. It's over. You don't have to hit him. Don't hit him. Just don't touch him. Chaz, my gut tells me we will go to the loser of the Seahawks quarterback situation, my guys, and go Jets. We will go with the loser of the quarterback situation. So what is it going to be, Drew Lock or Geno Smith? I'm not taking Geno Smith. I don't want Drew Lock. Neither one of those guys is the answer. For me, it's Jimmy G or Mike White. That's it. Both Mike White and Flacco have looked all right in camp, but their ceiling is drastically lower than Zach Wilson. Rashawn says, very well, may start Mike White, but until I hear done for the season, I'm not speaking much on it. Dude. Oh, man. Chuck says, tired of being a fan. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's no one's fault. I'm not blaming Zach. People are saying he could have run out of bounds. Yeah, fine. I get it. This is a non-contact injury. He didn't take a big hit. Monmouth Game is saying Flacco greater than Jimmy G. The nice thing about Flacco or Mike White is you're not trading for him. That's really all it is. Garoppolo has the higher ceiling, in my opinion. Joe S. saying Salah is a big question mark too. Yeah, let's be honest. This defense should be vastly improved. And that Eagles defense or offense beat us up. One drive. G says the ACL stuff is gaining steam online from bigger names, crying, shaking, throwing up. Dude, this is going to... Oh, man. Oh. How do you go to opening day at this point and have like any kind of enthusiasm to go up against Lamar Jackson? Sumo says, where Willie Beeman when you go... Where Willie Beeman when you him go Jets? Thanks for the super chat. I don't know what that means. JP, the media was roasting Belichick for not playing Mac Jones and taking the L in a preseason game. This isn't an injury for me that is because of a preseason game. This is an injury that's just a freak injury. You just can't prevent an ACL. Like, what happens if this happens week one? Same spot. Same thing. Rube says, time to get Jordan Love. That would be interesting. Go from Matt LaFleur to Mike LaFleur. I wonder what that would cost. That's an interesting option. It's not one I would have thought. RJ McPott says, make it illegal to make a wish. Make it illegal for a Make-A-Wish kid to be Jets fans. Make it illegal. Oh, yeah. Poor kids. Won't be able to see a win with this terrible team. Just crazy. Oh, man. The play of the Jets allows me to believe they are buying into the hype. Salah got to do better. They're definitely feeling themselves a little bit. Look, I'm not going to lie. I was watching and I'm just like, oh man, like we're going to be good. Like this team is going to be good. We've added all this talent. And it's just not where I thought it would be. This is brutal. DBZ says 3rd and a 6th for Love. I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. He's got to be cheap enough too. Kevin Pryor, I'm totally sick right now. Incredible. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's where I'm at. G. Diddy, 36-year Jets fan. I'm so goddamn tired of the freak accidents, the negative vibes, the free agent busts, the first round flops, the owner, the GMs, the hot dog vendors. Just kidding. It may be time to take a huge step back. Dude, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Mumtaz says, what happened? It's so bad that he can't get back. Did we not say over and over that get O-line because you are risking the world? Now Zach will remain in limbo and will never reach his ceiling. This is on Joe Douglas. This is not on Joe Douglas. This is not an offensive line issue. Zach dipped out a little bit because a guy got around on the right-hand side. But it wasn't bad. He could have thrown the ball. This was a non-contact injury on a run by Zach. I don't look at this as an offensive line issue. Marcus, I heard Cap needs a job still. All right, guys. I'm not going to go much longer on this. Let's recap. Zach Wilson goes down with a non-contact knee injury on the second series of the first preseason game. A lot of people are speculating ACL injury. If that's the case, I don't know where to go. Is it Jimmy G? Is it Jordan Love? Is it Mike White? What happens if you land a top 5 pick? Do you trade out and try to stick with Zach? Do you take a quarterback? How do you evaluate this team this year? This team's not ready to give up. I don't want to give up. I just don't know the answer. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.